ready. We're going to do a quick edit here on this photo. So first, I'm going to straighten it out. I always straighten the horizons first. So here we go. All right, and I'm going to go add my preset, and I use SMAL 4. It's my favorite. And then I'm going to mess with the temperature first. So I'm going to warm it up some. I'm going to take some of the pink out, magenta. I come down here and add texture. I love adding texture. I'm going to add a little bit of clarity. Vibrance. I like to add vibrance to my photos. Perfect. Okay. So then I'm going to come up here. So this one, look at this. This one was just a little bit underexposed. I'm going to take this to probably here because I want to leave some of the sky detail in there. And then I like to bring the contrast up. Highlights and shadows, I'm going to leave those there for now. I like to, highlights and whites. Shadows I like to bring up so the subject pops more. So I'm going to bring that up to probably about here. And then for blacks, I'll leave it there for now. All right, so then I'm going to come down here, and since I add all that texture in, I want to add a little bit of smoothing with a noise reduction, and add a little bit of a vignette, just a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to come up to the tone curve and tweak a little things here. So highlights I'm going to keep. I don't want to blow out any of the sky. Darks, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit to take some of that black out. Lights, I'm just going to bring it up just a tad. And shadows, just leave those a little bit. Okay. So now let's go and add some of that sky in. Bring it back. So I'm going to do my gradient filter here, and I'm going to darken. I'm just going to take it in like this, and I like to darken it and add in some saturation. And then I'll put another one on this side. And then I'm going to put 3 down here at the bottom. So for the sand, I like to lighten it. So I'm going to do the lighten instead. I'm going to take out a little bit of the texture. Do the same thing here. And the same thing on this corner. Like that. Okay, and then for this one, I add 2 radial filters. I'm going to put one here for the sun. I'm going to add a little bit more for the sun. And I just created a quick sun flare that I use. I accidentally added 2. And then I'm going to add one over the subject. So I'm going to put that over the subject. And for this one, I'm just going to press lighten, and then I'm going to tweak it the way I like. So I pulled up the exposure. Then I'm going to pull up some of the highlights just a tad. And then shadows is what's going to help pull them a little bit forward. So And then if you pull the backs down, that's going to give them a little bit more definition like that. And then I'm going to raise the texture on them just to add a little bit more crispness. Okay, so that's good for now. So the next thing, go back. Next thing I would do is take out all these people in the background. So for that, I just use the clone and heal tool, and I just will do that. And we'll heal. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in this view so you can see it better. Take this guy out. And I would spend a lot more time making sure this was more perfect. Just doing it quick. I usually zoom in and out to make sure, but I would get rid of all these items here and then all these people in the background. So yeah, I was get rid of all those. Okay. So the only thing that I haven't done yet for the main stuff, so I usually take out a little bit of the orange, especially at sunset. It can cast a lot of orange on them. And also I like to take out a little bit of the blues to make it a little bit more natural. I did not add anything for this. Sometimes I like to add the earthbound, but it was a good hue for this, so I didn't touch it. And then the last thing I'll do is take out the grain. I'm not a grain person, so okay. So at this point, I would go back in, tweak this a little bit more. They're a little bit darker for my taste. I'd probably bring them out just a little bit more. And then skin editing. So I would use my brush, and I created just like a skin. I just tweak it to however I need to. And I would just go in for each person and use the brush to smooth out their skin to make it nice and velvety. And that's pretty much it. So I would do the skin, I would do a couple more tweaks, but that is basically how I start my edits on using SMAL. All right, thank you.